as you can see here, we're into the second game of whatever this particular challenge happens to be that I've just stumbled across. You can visit those links on the so all the sites or addresses on the above in front of you, and also email me if you want me to cast your games. But this it's not a pub game; it's some kind of team structured event. I'm not sure what it's called, but at this stage it is round game two of the best of three series between Meklevl Gaming and Team Joey. The draft already in progress. We can see the bands there for next Meklevl Gaming being yet again there's a Trent banner, and they're choosing to ban out Shadow Demon this time. I think that's very very sharp. We saw how much influence in terms of his initiation and that Soul Catcher was from that Shadow Demon, who played extremely well in the last round. Um, in terms of their first pickups, they've picked up that strong Wisp CK combo, early domination. They've given out what their basically centerpiece of their tri lane is going to be already. That's not a tactical disadvantage any means whatsoever, but they've got the super strong global presence now with the Wisp, with the Chaos Knight, and this is probably going to be some kind of global effect team. Whereas on Team Radiant, they've looked to ban it yet again. Their Bat Rider. Nobody likes the Bat Rider. Nobody likes the Magnus. But we're seeing Bat Rider being banned out yet again. They're also choosing to ban out their Gyro because they saw how influential in terms of his DPS this particular match was, or the last matchup was, and they've looked to also ban out Nature's Prophet and Alina. They don't want to, for some reason, this is again the second time that they've banned Alina. There's been a ban on Alina where I don't see a natural setup for Alina, but obviously there's some meta going on here. They don't like Alina, so they don't want to play against it. In terms of their first pickups, they've picked up Weaver, strong hero. He's got those two escaping abilities with Zakuzi and his ult, but they're also dive abilities. If used by the right person in the right hands, they're not just abilities to escape or being in the trial lane. They're abilities that can really use to some strength to dive. You know, you've seen time and time again that Weaver gets really low. He dives after a hero who's now fleeing. He's about to die to a tower. He ults. He's out of there. And they've also picked up Visage. Visage being, in my opinion, probably the second or if not third best hero to fit into any tri-lane combination of other heroes. Works really well with Alchemist. We see a lot of Alchemist play with Visage. So I'm expecting here there probably might be an Alchemist pickup. In terms of Meklevl Gaming, their next two bans, they've banned their Lifestealer, and they've also banned Juggernaut. Juggernaut being a hero you don't see too many in Tier 1. We don't see a lot of Juggernaut play in Tier 1 games. We sometimes see them in the lower tiers or pool play, but not normally in the high-end games. Juggernaut having kind of a one-dimensional play in how he works. He needs to isolate heroes for his ults to really work really well. He can't be in and amongst a push, for example, so it has to be reasonably selective, and it is kind of uncontrollable in the sense that it is kind of random. But they've also picked up here for their third pick for that long lane position a Darkseer. Very scary team already. This is scaring me. They've picked up a Chaos Knight. He works really well with both Darkseer and Wisp or Io, and Io's ability to tether and then teleport that Chaos Knight anywhere, that is a frightening prospect in the mid to late game. The Radiant having choose to pick up for their third and fourth slot position, Lone Druid in that long position, probably going to be in that lone solo lane position, and Sand King being picked up. Not too many Sand Kings being picked up, although we did see some of him in one of the earlier tournaments that I casted as being picked up quite regularly as the mid position. Particularly against Magnus, because he has that corrosive, what is it, finale? Corrosive finale? Caustic finale. If the particular player playing that Sand King right knows how to time his stun around a number of caustic finales, you can actually bait a hero into a position where they basically get insta killed. And I've seen it about 3 or 4 times in what was it? What series was that? I don't recall. But in any case, it wasn't the series, and I'm going to be excited to see whether or not Lone Druid's mid, whether or not Sand King's mid, or if this is just going to be sort of a standard sort of play. Into the last set of bans here. Oh no, forgot to mention Meklevl picking up Jinkira. Jinkira fitting, just like Visage, fitting into any kind of tri-lane position. He is in fact number 2 in my opinion of the picks that fit well into any tri-lane position. The first pick obviously being, from my perspective, Shadow Demon. Into the last round of bans, you can have a look here. Banning out OD, we saw how influential OD was. We saw how influential Gyro was the last round, and those have been banned out. And they're choosing to pick up one runner for potentially a tri-lane or long lane position. Not sure exactly who's going to be mid. This could be the Sand King mid that I was talking about earlier. And Dragon Knight being picked up last of all for Meklevl Gaming. This could be a DK versus SK mid, and that would be an exciting cast. We'll be back shortly after this. Some messages, I guess, or something, because we're now dropping from that to join the actual game.
Dota 2 is getting patched tonight. New balance changes will make everything right. Patch notes are up on Valve's website. Get online and send me an invite. Dota 2 is getting patched tonight. New balance changes will make everything right. Patch notes are up on Valve's website. We just wanna see ya push mid.
In the game, fury on. Gotta farm fast, get my Midas on. Non-stop jungle till I meet the quota. If I ain't farming, I ain't playing Dota. Where the creeps, I got to know. I spam my ult so my farm can grow. Team says I'm useless, but I know I'm pro. Just gotta rice, gotta get that dough.
I'm blowing through these towers with the power of my double serpent ward refresher orb, and that's GG in half an hour. I ether shock. Yeah, that's the skill that I'm maxing. You can call me Rasta when you call out who's Raxin. Dota 2 is getting patched tonight. New balance changes will make it.
Right, guys, and we're back into the actual game. The organisers of this particular event choosing to do this two-stage thing with captain's mode and all pick. I'm not particularly sure why. There must be a legitimate reason why they do it that way. The pick's already been done in the drafting phase. As you can see, the lineup is Windrunner probably in the long lane. Though it's hard to tell with everyone sort of positioning around. Windrunner in the long lane by itself. I would pick Druid possibly in that position also. I believe the middle, as I called in the drafting portion of the game, is going to come down to a Sand King in mid. Oh, and we see the Dire moving into protect the area in jungle. They look like they're going to do an defensive tri lane. This tri lane is probably going to consist of Jinkaro, Wisp, and CK. But all five of them there waiting for any incursion by the Radiant into their jungle. The top position tri lane actually is with Joey sitting on Sand King, Visage, and Weaver. This is an extremely odd combination of heroes to have together in a tri lane, even if it is an offensive tri lane. They have really great capabilities with this Weaver, with the support of both SK and Visage being able to slow and stun. So it's not raw, it's not terrible, but it works really, really well. But it's just unusual to see SK being used as a support in an offensive tri lane. Normally it's sort of in a defensive tri lane. And I see them, they're looking to block out this camp. Is there going to be a counter reaction here from the Dire? Are they then going to descend to them? No, they're going to let that camp be blocked out. They know there were some pings there, so they know there's someone in there, and that camp's blocked out for any potential pulls for at least a few seconds, unless they deward this. And they're going to know shortly and deward. So for at least they're going to deny that first minute camp. In the bottom lane here, we've got Lone Druid on by himself, and we've got Darks there looking to pull the lane, already pulling the lane to put pressure on the tower. potentially dangerous if there was a rotation out of here, but there isn't, and he's just going to block that lane. He's going to play this lane blocking method, which we've seen a little bit of recently, but that's not going to stop the farm of this lone druid. He's still going to be able to farm up without a problem. In the mid, we've got Windrunner versus DK. DK picking up the position that I thought he would be picking up, but he's against the Windrunner in the mid. Looks like we're looking for a 12-minute GG with Dendy Styles Windrunner tactics, but I don't know if that's going to happen. She is putting a lot of harassment down onto this DK, but DK being one of those heroes that once he gets that Dragon Blood up, he's really going to be hard to harass, and he's really going to just have such strong presence in the lane. And yes, we see here the Dire have dewatered that, and they're now back into normal pull and stack method. Looks like it might be contested by this Sanking with a bow strike. He would like to have that Sandstorm, but he's just all alone, and he could potentially get caught out here. He's been Ice Path. Sorry, there's no follow through though, so I better just driven away so that they can pick up their farm. So everyone really jostling for position. Visage is gone. Visage is gone to do some late game warding, early lane warding. Looks like he's looking to try and possibly go in and assist this Windrunner to pick off DK, although I do not see that being reasonably successful. At the same time, his guys are going to be under a bit of pressure at the top. There is some escape here on the carry. We can see here now it's going to be going into it, and there's a nice path. Oh, and that is an excellent execution of 3 skills being used there. We see the tether stun followed up with the Chaos Bolt, and Jinkara waiting for the proper moment to Ice Path. Not doing it too early, not doing it too late, waiting that sort of 1.5 seconds after the stun wears off, so also catch him in that. And that's first blood. That was well played. Excellent execution there from Meklevl, really punishing Team Jory for that choice of Weaver in the trail lane, I think. But also, just because there was this sort of weird rotation from Visage out of lane to go and ward, and now they're looking for another engagement. There's a stack through here, pull through, double stack on this camp. They're looking to do something about it, but they're all going to be kind of disjointed between these 3 heroes. They're all on their own. There could be a sudden move from the there's nothing. It's repeating back to the lanes. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane here, we see Darkseer has chosen to abandon that lane blocking. He's picked up a lot of CS for that, but at the same time, he hasn't denied any CS, and he's taking a bit of a punishment. And I don't think, oh no, he's going to do it again. I don't think it's particularly smart. I think what you want to do is double Iron Shell these waves, because eventually this bear is going to get driven down, even with levels. And if you sort of play conservatively or play smart on your Iron Shells, you can actually outplay a bear reasonably easy, because the bear relies on the bear. But the guy's ranged, he doesn't have a lot of hit points. You can actually chase him down. This lane blocking method, I don't think is going to pay off, particularly against this lone druid, because he's just picking up the CS. He's in fact out farming the Darkseer, and that shouldn't be happening with the Darkseer. With a Darkseer, you should easily be able to stay toe to toe, if not exceed on farm and deny through the pure use. Oh wait, and an engagement top in the head. There's a tether in on the Chaos Knight. It doesn't pick up a stun. Visage throws a slow down onto the right hero, with Ice Path picking him off. There's not enough mana for a Chaos Bolt, and they unfortunately have to back up. But he's been hit by the Jinkara lava thing, but it's just not enough damage. And these guys, they're going to answer. Oh wait, this is going to be a messy engagement. We see stuns going down on all manner of different heroes. And this is going to probably be a druid if he's not careful. He's looking. Oh, nice body blocking there from SK, but it's just not enough. And he's forced now to retreat. He's going to be driven down. There's a nice stun there from Exit, and it's 2 for none. 2 for none. Well played. Oh, and Windrunner comes in. There's a shackle shot. There's some right clicks. Is there enough? Can he get away? He's looking to deny himself on the tower rather than give it to Windrunner, and he does not do that. Unfortunately, that power shot just picking him off. So in that case, it was a 2 for 2, 2 for 1 scenario. But that definitely went in the favour of Meklevl in terms of all those engagements so far, particularly in that bottom area down here. But as we were talking about earlier, the druid not really being left to free farm. This tactic of blocking the lane with the Ducks here, that works against some solo laners. That works particularly well against the. In my opinion, it works particularly well against Doom, works particularly well against possibly even just the dual lane. But it doesn't work so well against the Druid because he's got that tank ability of the bear just to sit there and hold the creeps, and they're not putting any damage on the tower, or they're putting very little damage on the tower, so it's not achieving anything. What he should be doing is he should be retreating slightly up the lane, iron showering, and then iron showering down here, so that he's got double wave push all the way through to this tower, and that will drive the HP of the bear down reasonably early, especially if it's only a level 2 bear or level 3 bear. But also, when he gets close enough, he can iron shell the bear. And that sounds really retarded, but the bear is always generally going to be in close proximity to the druid. Also, the bear is going to be recalled, and it means that he has to split away from his bear, and when he backs off from the potential farm with either his bear or himself, he's going to lose CS. And we see a bit of farm happening from these guys. They've abandoned the top lane. They've decided to leave Weaver now as a solo. The tri lane in the top hasn't worked out. They've rotated into the bottom, look up to pick up some CS in the jungle, do some warding, and potentially rotate into the middle here to pick off somebody. Unfortunately, at the same time, an ultra DK with a surge followed up with a iron shell from the Ducks here. They easily pick off that Windrunner who's all alone in the mid. She's not really having a good time. That Dragon Blood really now starting to be too hard to push DK out of the lane.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And this game is going all in favor of Meklevl. At this early stage in the game. Quick look at the graphs, only 2,000, only 1,000. So that's nothing. You know, that's really nothing in it. It seems like a lot, but it's not. It may translate into some early items, particularly an early armlet, but there's not an early armlet. There's just a power trades, and there's no mech being built on anyone, so they're pretty safe.
Deny.
Not really sure what's happening in the bottom lane here. Yeah, they're just looking to pick up CS and farm. They've pulled through the lane, but that did not successfully pull through to the second camp. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. There's no one there to pick up the CS anyway. Instead, where are they? They're all rotated into the top lane. They're looking to pick up somebody. Wisp getting close to that 6, and once he gets that 6, this is gonna be a fun game, right? And by fun, I mean terrible. We see a reactionary TP into the bottom lane by Daxi, who's now returned to his traditional position in that long lane solo. Chucks down quite iron shell on the creep rather than himself. It's okay. You're not going to see the full duration of that iron shell. Oh no, there's a pull through. So he may see that iron shell being pushed down onto the druid. And see, you might see here what I'm talking about in terms of the iron shell. See, it's eating away at that bear, and that's only just one iron shell. Imagine 2 of those at level 3. This bear's actually going to drop reasonably fast, but he's not aware of, he's not chosen to use that method. He's looking to rotate it in and around to the mid position, possibly in the top. He's being pinged by the Radiant. They know he's there. Windrunner still choosing to fight keep fighting in the middle, although that's how she died the last 2 times. No, she does decide to back off. There's a smoke here up here from Visage and from them, and now there's going to be a shackle with the nature creeps. In comes the slow, in comes the stun, in comes enough damage. There's a surge. Is there enough right click to finish him off? And there isn't. No body blocking whatsoever, which you should have expected from a surged up. Oh. And just as I say how they let that guy get away, they pick him off with a shot. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Chaos Knight and Wisp doing their thing, picking off Weaver with a combination of Ice Path being... No, Ice Path being... It's just a combination of just Tether and Chaos Bolt to pick off that Weaver. So Wisp now picking up 6, so I'm expecting to see some extremely good plays, and we're going to see this lead that Meklevl have start to extend beyond that of the current 5 kill gap. I'm going to say this is, at this stage, how the game is already unfolding. It's early. I'm going to put my reputation on the line. I'm going to say this is a 22-minute game. There's just so much coordination working so well with this tri lane. I'm so impressed at how well they're working together that I'm prepared to say that this is going to be an early game. They're going to get this. They're going to get this top tower, early top tower, possibly a mid. Yeah, possibly a mid, and they just picked up so many kills already. This is going to be a huge gap if they can get both these towers very quickly, very soon. No, and they're backed out. Backed out. That one Weaver driving away 3 heroes who have their ults, who have reasonable mana, who have reasonable HP, could have easily taken out that Weaver and that tower. But they want to play safe. They don't want to throw away any kind of advantage they've got. Yep, and we can see in the bottom lane here, there's a not much going on really. Just a bit of farm with the Druid. Visage now back coming in to push this lane. They want to try and sort of get to the same level in terms of towers. They know that 2 of their towers are really, really low, but they haven't really driven down the health of any of those towers. And the top position here.
Middle tower has fallen. Your edge needs sharpening.
I'm confused. Oh, here we go. TK picking off the middle tower. Yeah, there we go. And 2 towers being picked up by both the Dire. They lost their bottom tower in exchange. And Dragon Knight has yet... This Weaver not having a good time, being picked up by DK, who just right-clicked him down by the looks of it. Nothing special. No support, no extra abilities, just a stun and some right-clicks, and he got him, no problem. Not sure what happened there. There could be some latency or connectivity issues with the Weaver, but he's doing alright, this DK. And now the gap just widens. And I believe we're going to be looking at the official snowball line being crossed. They're pinging the bottom. The Dire looking to rotate in. Everyone except DK. These 3 heroes. This powerful tri lane. It's been. Oh no, it's not tri lane. It consists of just Darkseer and the other 2. Yeah. This powerful tank combo looking to rotate into the bottom. They want to pick off an early kill. Yeah, see, they're going to dive. This is going to be a dive. They want this guy, but he's just hidden behind the towers. But oh, this poor SK being caught out of position and being easily just right-clicked down. Now they're going to dive. They've got a hero advantage, 4 hero advantage. There's only a bear. He's being spotted. Abilities going down on him now as we speak. He's being Aspat missing, but everything else hitting him. And there's an Iron Shell followed by right-clicking to death. And this is definitely a snowball. No, it's not. According to my graph, the way I would call a snowball is 10,000. It's not at 10,000. Windrunner risking it all by coming in to take on this this Chaos Knight was that with a follow-up from Visage, but DK's there, everyone's there. No, they've all backed out. They've taken too much damage from the tower. They've run out of mana. Tether going to come down. Yeah, Tether comes down onto the Chaos Knight to give him some support. There's a rotation here from SK and from Visage. They're going to choose to try and nuke somebody down, but they get hit by that Ice Path. They do manage to take off that Chaos Knight who was already sitting on quite low. Visage and... Yeah, Visage... No, he hasn't even got his ult yet. But Jinkari using his ult to drive them back, and they pick off 2 kills.
Take my advice. Stay dead.
They pick off 2 kills quite easily there and manage to close that gap slightly. So even though they've got all these kills, what's happening on? The happening is that the CS has gone all in the Radiant's favour. They're down on kills quite a lot. They've got less towers, they've got less map dominance, but their CS is significantly higher than the enemy team. In total, they have got 154 CS on their two top CS characters. That equates to almost exactly the same as just Chaos Knight, Darkseer and DK. So, oh wait, great engagement here. TP in by Wisp and CK. He's still tethered. Is he going to get back? He untethers and leaves CK there. And there's the power of CK. They pick off a lone druid, no problem. Casual right clicks in, not even having to use gas bomb. Meanwhile in the mid, we've got a stealth DK coming in, stunning this combination of Wisp. Oh wait, great play from Wisp. He's in bottom, now he's in mid. Yeah, this Wisp's all over the game. Right. And DK using his ult, getting another stun. That Wisp tether, is he going to get on the other side? A Wisp stun. Like this Wisp being a champion of the game. And you can see why Wisp gets banned so much. Because he's just playing really, really strong. He's playing amazingly. He, you know, 1 minute he's in the bottom lane with a CK, next minute he's in the middle with a GG being called. Early GG being called. I think that was a bit premature because I do think even though they've had this, it's only 3,000. See, it's only 3,000 XP. It's only 5,000 gold. They just had that psychological crushing effect of just losing too much games, but they had so much more CS,
As
and
Radiant's
I
middle
think
tower falls,
if they'd stuck it out,
Axe's middle finger rises.
even if on that how that game was currently continuing,
Radiant's
I
bottom
think they could have
tower is under
potentially
attack.
pulled it back slightly better. But oh well, GG Cord, the game is over. That was game 2, 2-0 going to Meklevl. Team Jory not winning this apparently final of this event, and congratulations to those players who are there. I'm Meklevl. Thanks for watching my cast. You can check out on the screen, you can check out my YouTube channel. It's not particularly good. I put up only matches there every so often from my Twitch channel. You can check out my Twitch channel there. It's on your screen. And if you want me to cast your games, you can see there's an email address for Dota 2 casting or Dota 2 New Zealand at gmail.com. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next game.